Well, Shawn, don't let those clouds fool you. It was kind of a stuffy and warm day today.
That sure was, and that's going to come back next week, but we are going to get a break for a couple of days. Tomorrow especially, it's going to be a little cooler. It's not going to be as humid. The only issue is that pesky wildfire smoke from Canada is going to come back. But we have some great weather for fun days. Tomorrow, 78, hazy sunshine, but a lot lower on that humidity tomorrow. 78 for a high on Sunday. A little warmer and a little more humid with a high right around 84. So, a few scattered storms tonight. Wildfire smoke does come back in. That cold front that's pushing through that's going to bring in that cooler, more comfortable air is also bringing some of that smoke in from Canada. And then sunny and pleasant with storms returning, and the heat, humidity will return as well as we make our way into the first part of next week. We do have a low severe risk. Hail and wind will be the main threat, although we did see a couple of funnel clouds across parts of the region earlier today. Not a big, strong tornado risk. Those were weak funnels that type of funnel rarely touches the ground, and if it does, it's pretty weak and doesn't typically do a lot of damage. But we'll be keeping an eye on things. But for now, there really isn't much going on. We do have a few thunderstorms out in South Dakota right now. We could see a couple of off-and-on storms develop here across parts of southern Minnesota, but everything really kind of struggling to get going. There's some storms down in Iowa, some pretty strong storms over by Dubuque, the Quad Cities. Those have been taking a lot of the energy. This cold front's going to kick through, and that will again spark maybe a couple of isolated thunderstorms here as we make our way into the mid-evening hours. And we may see a couple more isolated thunderstorms overnight, but by late tonight, that thunderstorm chance out of here, and we are going to shape up nicely here for the upcoming weekend. Here you go, hour by hour. Again, just a couple of isolated showers, thunderstorms along and behind that front. 10 o'clock, everything kind of drifts out of here by midnight. We may see a couple of isolated showers kind of pop up on the backside late tonight, but then by tomorrow, a few clouds right away in the morning. But overall, sunshine, some great weather for the Fun Days Parade and anything you might have planned, whether it's the lake, pool, something this weekend. Some good weather for all of your outdoor stuff. The one issue, air quality right now is pretty lousy up here. We're in the purple, very unhealthy across parts of far northwestern Minnesota, eastern North Dakota. We have the orange category stretching down into western and southwestern Minnesota. There is an air quality alert from the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency through the weekend. Further north, it will be worse, but southern, central Minnesota could end up in that yellow to orange category here through the weekend. As we take a look, you can see that smoke coming in initially with the front, and then another wave as we make our way into tomorrow. Here we are tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow night into Sunday, that smoke will continue to be an issue. You can see it, too. This is I-94 up by Barnesville, east of Fargo. It's a little smoky up there across northern Minnesota. Here at home, not bad, 82, but it is muggy. It feels like temperature 86 degrees, generally low 80s here across most of southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. Tonight, an isolated thunderstorm or two possible. Otherwise, it'll be partly cloudy. Northwest wind at 5 to 10. Tomorrow, hazy sunshine. We'll get to 78 for a high. It will be cooler and less humid, but that wildfire smoke could cause some problems, especially for folks in sensitive groups with that air quality. And then as we take you into the weekend, good weather. Storms return early next week with 70s by mid to late next week. Stacy, Dion, back to you.
Very good. Thank you, Shawn. Tonight at 10, President Trump surveys the devastation from the deadly flash flooding in central Texas as the search for victims continues.
Plus, a rising number of people are getting ER treatment for tick bites. We'll have tips on how to protect yourself. Join us for those stories and more tonight on KEYC News Now at 10. We'll be right back with sports.
This extended forecast is brought to you by Northern Comfort, celebrating 50 years.